The Kenyatta National Hospital in Nairobi is the oldest hospital in Kenya. It is currently the largest referral and teaching hospital in the country. The hospital undertakes an annual project that has affected hundreds of young children in the country, the Hernia project. A hernia is the protrusion of organs such as intestines through a weakened section of the abdominal wall. If left untreated, the split in the muscle widens and greater amounts of tissue or organs are pushed through the opening, forming a sac. This visible lump or bulge is one of the key characteristics of a hernia. And so, we decided to have a first-hand experience of the project. For a start, we had to go through the children's ward where we met baby Brandon, who was just about to be operated on. So I am currently at the Kenyatta National Hospital Children's Ward with Mama Brandon, and this is baby Brandon, who in just a few minutes will be going to the operation room. It's all about the Hernia Project 2016, which is an annual project done by the Kenyatta National Hospital.
It was around 2014. Ndio nikaanza kunotice there is something amiss. Nikimwangalia naona kuna kitu haiko normal. That's when I went to a hospital and the doctor mwenye nilipata huko directed me to Kenyatta. Then I started coming here to Kenyatta. That's when I found the doctor and said that he had the undecided testicles and it must be done an operation. I started coming here at last year January. He was diagnosed. Then that's when the doctors said that he was to go to the theater on December, but he didn't go because it was on a Christmas Eve. Then it was postponed to March. Then when I came to March, it was then when the doctor said there was this project hernia that was to be done on April, and I have to come on that time. Then when I came on that April, the project was there and I was on the list to go to the theater.
Step 2. We set out to the operation room, which was quite an experience for us, since the last time I was in the theater I was a patient, but this time I was here for the story. We are now at the Kenyatta National Hospital at the operation room, or better known to you as the theater, where two kids are currently going through the operation of the Hernia project. We are going to be speaking to the doctor just to give us an insight on what the Hernia project is all about.
Hernia project usually has two components. That's the hernia of the groin and the hernia of the umbilicus. Hernia of the groin is the most common, and it usually involves part of the visceral part of the abdominal contents protruding into the groin. It's very common, especially in boys and also in girls, but the ratio of boys to girls is usually between 9 to 1. It's more commoner in children who have been born before time, those who we call prematures, and those ones, it can actually occur both sides. The complaints is usually a child, either the intestines or part of the abdominal content. When they go into the groin, there's occlusion of blood supply and the child will complain of pain. Most of the times it is able to just return back to the abdomen by itself. But other times you have to manipulate it back. Now there are fewer cases where those abdominal content do not return. And if they don't return and there's no blood supply to them, then they may die off if that hernia is obstructed and it stays for a longer time. So those ones then present as emergencies who need surgery within the next 1 to 2 hours. This project was actually started because the numbers of such cases is too big and there are very few pediatric surgical centers in the country. Apart from Kenyatta, you remember the next one is in MTRH, that is Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, and the one in Kijabe. So those are the three main centers. So the numbers that we recruited, they are above 100, and we could only be doing like 5 in a week. You see, that would require so many weeks to complete, and yet these are urgent surgeries. So we decided to be consolidating all those cases so that one complete week we are just doing the hernia cases. We usually plan around 70 cases per year. This same for this year, our target is 72 children. So far, we are almost hitting that target. By today, we'll have done 54. So by tomorrow, we could complete that number. There are only 3 main centers that do pediatric surgery. So most of the children from other counties are referred here, and these cases are too many. So because of the numbers and because of the urgency of those conditions, we decided to be having a week where we perhaps call everyone and ensure we have many tables, and we consolidate all those cases to just reduce the waiting time. Usually for every theater day, the selection criteria for that day is age. You start with the youngest and you finish with the eldest. In terms of feeding, a very young one cannot stay without food for many hours as opposed to a much older child. So we usually use the age as the criteria. Yes, that is for elective. For emergency, whoever is obstructed goes in first. We have 2 teams of anesthetists, so we are counting around 10 anesthetists. Then we have 15 surgeons, and we have another count of 15 nurses per day. Then we have what you call anesthetist assistants. We have what you call others. It's a big one because we need people who will carry those children from the wards to theater, the porters, security, the nurses in the ward. All in all, we have a team of 50 personnel for each project, 50 per year. The project is free, so long as you have NHIF, because the NHIF pays. But if you don't have NHIF, then it's costly. The cost is between 30 and 40,000. So the safest route is every parent to ensure they have NHIF, because if you have that, everything is free.
Next up, we were back at the children's ward where we met Mary Wamboi, also known as Mama Victor. Baby Victor had just been operated on 2 days ago and was ready to be discharged. But first, we had to find out how exactly did she find out about the disease.
Nili notice side moja ya testis inafula on light. After nili find out, nilienda kwa hospitali. Daktari ananiambia maybe akifikisha 3 years itakuwa sawa. Nikaenda hospitali ingine, nikatumwa na daktari ku Kenyatta, nikaanza clinic. Nikabukiwa operation, ilikuwa mwezi wa 8 tarehe 8. Later nikapigwa simu nikaambiwa kuna project ya hernia nikuje. Sasa ndio tukapewa tarehe ya kukuja. Tukakuja on Tuesday, akafanyiwa operation jana. Vile alikuwa na hiyo nini ya side moja ilikuwa inafura wakati anacheka ama analia, lakini wakati amerelax iko sawa. Lakini sasa ninaona hata akicheza iko na different. Ukiona mtoto wako maybe amefura pahali, usipuuze, lazima ukonsult daktari. Sababu inaweza kuwa shida umenyamazia tu, akuwe mkubwa urealize, baadaye mletee shida. I would like to say thank you to all Kenyatta doctor, nurses wenye wamehusika na hii project. We thank them sababu wametusaidia sana.
All the 72 operations this year were successful, and we are looking forward to next year when the next hernia project will be on, and as Parastatal TV, we shall definitely be there to update you. For Parastatal TV, I am PK Wanjiro.